leadership of the DNC has used this incident to shut down our ability to access our own information which is the lifeblood of this campaign. By their action, the leadership of the Democratic National Committee is now actively attempting to undermine our campaign.
Jeff Waters, Bernie Sanders' campaign manager, there is an ugly feud brewing between the DNC and the Sanders campaign, and it concerns voter data. With Miranda Khan, J.D. Hayworth back with you now on Newsmax Prime.
Yeah, the DNC says the Sanders campaign improperly accessed Hillary Clinton's confidential voter information. The voter file is maintained by DNC, and each campaign can add to its own confidential data. But the DNC says a computer glitch on Wednesday allowed the Sanders camp to access Clinton's voter data.
For more on this, we're very pleased to be joined by Ed Klein. He's coming to us from Newsmax, New York. Ed, of course, the author of a book I like a lot. It's entitled Unlikable, The Problem with Hillary. Ed, as always, we appreciate your time here on Newsmax Prime.
Thank you.
Is this just custom made for Hillary? She gets to play the victim again?
There's been bad blood between the Sanders people and the DNC for quite some time. For instance, scheduling this debate tomorrow, Saturday night, when the Jets are playing the Dallas Cowboys, obviously is a plus for Hillary because she doesn't really want people to be watching these debates. She doesn't want to give airtime to either Sanders or her other candidate.
Yeah, as you bring up a good point, because the New York Times actually said that the Democrats intended to do debates on Saturday, basically to avoid the public. Why are they hiding?
Well, you know, Hillary has tried, and very successfully, I may say, to get this nomination without a real fight and without getting roughed up, so that when she goes to the general election, she'll be a candidate who doesn't have a lot of scars. We saw what happened, for instance, to Mitt Romney the last time around, when he was really roughed up by Newt Gingrich and a lot of other people, and came into the campaign a hobbled candidate. Hillary is trying to avoid that.
So while they're trying to have this appearance of unity, I've just got to ask you, are they playing it smart, letting all the conflict be out front on the Republican side? Right. Or could their lack of presence in prime time on weeknights lead voters to opt for the Republicans, who have been top of mind and top of ratings over the past few months with Donald Trump as one of the candidates?
Hillary really isn't worried about the primary. She's already focused on the general election and has been from the very beginning. You know, the media has treated her in this primary season like an afterthought. I looked through the New York Times this morning, the eve of the Democratic debate, and there was not a single story about the Democrats or Hillary Clinton in the New York Times this morning.
You know, Sanders' campaign is now threatening to sue the DNC and take it to federal court. What do you think the chances are of that actually happening? And how bad is this? Could this really cripple Sanders' campaign?
I don't think so, and I don't think it'll go anywhere. You know, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who is the chairwoman of the DNC, was an Obama appointee and was an Obama person. It is very, very interesting that Debbie Wasserman Schultz has now thrown her entire loyalty to the Clintons. She essentially was stolen away.
Well, what Debbie does, not a lot of it surprises me, having served with her in Congress. But there's something else going on in Washington that I need to talk to you about, Ed, and that is the fact that Secretary of Defense Ashton Carter is facing some criticism for using his personal email for work. Now, he says he stopped because he believes it was a mistake. I'm just kind of curious, with all the controversy surrounding Hillary Clinton and her deliberate use of private email while Secretary of State, are they trying to say, look, it's not only Hillary, there's Ashton Carter, and it was just a mistake? About a minute left, Ed, for you to give us the last word on this.
Very quickly, Ashton Carter was continuing to use this private email system 2 months after it became public that Hillary Clinton was using her private emails. And he continued to do it. Why? I think the only answer could be either he was stupid, which I don't think he is, or arrogant, which I do believe runs very commonly through the Washington establishment.
Fair enough. Ed Klein, the author of Unlikable, The Problem with Hillary. Thanks for your time tonight on Newsmax Prime. Remember, you can read more of Ed's enterprising reporting at his blog, edwardklein.com. Still to come, a lady who makes some things private public, Sarah Palin, with news on her new book, a devotional. Stay with us.